Well, after nearly a week of being bedridden and on some serious pain meds, I'm finally up and about after my much dreaded elbow surgery. Don't look too long. Scary stuff. Today I'm actually going to join the land of the living, but first I realized I needed to go from being a patient to a person. I actually put together this little video to show how I revive myself from a semi-convalescent state with a little bit of makeup. This isn't my work makeup or event makeup. It's really just get out the door, quick fix stuff. So without further ado, I am going to show you how I try to appear more alive. I'll see you in a minute. So I'm starting out by using just a little pump of my foundation and then also a little dab of my illuminator. And I'm going to apply it with a just normal foundation brush. This is kind of pretty standard. I generally like to just kind of push it in first. And then I typically use, they say to use like gentle circular motions, but I actually like to work it downward. You can use the circular stuff to kind of move it in, but I just like to keep it pretty light, and once you've pushed in, you really don't need to work it in that much. Just really light, really breezy. So now I've got a nice base on. I'm looking even more pale than usual today, if that's even possible. I'm going to take a little bit of concealer and try to help out my eyes a little bit. They've been really buggy because I've been dehydrated and I haven't been sleeping, and also I just have really buggy eyes. So I'm really dabbing my concealer in pretty close to the lash line, and I'm not like smearing it, I'm just pushing it in to those circles. I'm really not going for the corpse look today. Believe it or not, I am trying to look like a person, so I need some color. Desperately! I'm going to use a really quick bronzer. I'm not going to contour or anything like that. It's primarily just to give me some life. I'm going to start with the ear, kind of at the top of the ear, and I'm just going to come down to about like where my eye is. And that just sort of sets kind of my limits of how far I can go with this bronzer. And then I'm starting up here, I'm just going to make like pretty gentle, like a figure three, an E. I'm totally cannot tell which is which. And that is just going to help bring a little bit of life back to me slowly but surely. I'm applying a nice bright pink blush to just the apples of my cheeks so you can smile and do little round circles and kind of bring it up and follow. I like to actually bring it up to the top and just kind of dab it lightly to follow that tan line. For someone who's really pale like me, it tends to be a little bit more natural because, let's be honest, I naturally never tan. I only burn. So if I desire a sun-kissed look, I actually have to mimic a sunburn. You don't get extra points for putting on more blush. So a light hand is much better. Just staying on those apples. Don't bring it too far into your nose, or you start looking like a birthday clown. I just want to accentuate the blush a little bit more, and this is actually an eyeshadow. It's I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of a baked, shimmery pink, and I just take my blush brush, same as what I just was using, and I actually just apply it kind of on the tops, not all over. Like, this is not something you really want to overdo and appear, you know, like a preschooler in a dance recital. It's just something to go over so when the light catches you, you just look a little bit more glowy, hydrated, all those things that you are not when you're sick. I have no eyebrows. This is like an obvious thing. You can tell. They're old man eyebrows. They have no shape. They're curly. One goes this way, one goes that way. They're insane. I've actually thought about just shaving them off and tattooing them on or something, but I am lazy. I've never gotten around to it. Also, I'm kind of afraid of shaving my eyebrows. Anyway, this is not my favorite routine at all, is to do eyebrows. I get really frustrated with brows. The best tip I've ever learned for eyebrows, if this is even a tip, is just to take a kind of a lighter brown than your hair color. So I'm using like a medium ash brown, and just working little strokes that mimic your hair, so the direction and the length. I try to avoid doing, you know, this big angular long strokes. Your face is not a paint by number. And just really working in these little teeny strokes, going really slowly until you have a very natural brow. You can define it out. I do sometimes if I'm going out, but in this case, I'm just looking for something quick and easy, get out the door. So I'm just going to fill. Okay, so for lids, I'm going to return to a couple products we've already used. One is the bronzer. I've already started basically just taking it with an eyeshadow brush and window washing it along the crease. I used to not like to focus on my creases. I used to be a little self-conscious of how like set back they were. But I've learned that it really does like help open up your eye, give some interest between your eyebrow and your eyeball. And if you blend it really well, it can look really natural. Obviously, if I were doing like a smoky eye or going out or something, I would pay a lot more attention to making sure that that was really blendy and, you know, looked super natural. Right now, the bronzer is so light, you can really just take it and I don't know what's up with all my sound effects today. And then I'm going to take the baked blush that I used earlier on the same brush, and I'm just going to work it into the middle. This step goes, like a little goes a long way, particularly when you're using a brush. So I actually like to spend a little bit of time just blending it in and making sure that there's no like pop of, you know, glitter on the top of my eye. And then I'm just going to dab with my finger a little bit of pearly shimmery eyeshadow. This is a Stila eyeshadow. And I'm just working it right, plopping it right on the top of my eyelid. This really helps. Since I've been starting doing this, I've really noticed that in pictures and when I look in the mirror, it's just I look more awake. For the eyeliner portion of this performance, I am going to use 2 pencils and a little brush. I'm starting with a dark brown pencil, and I'm just taking it on the corner. I'm starting about, maybe I'm only going to go like 2/3 of the way. I'm just going to work it and wiggle it really, really close to the lash line, like as tight as I can do it. And the idea here is that you're going to take the eyeliner is going to kind of go from like skinny to a little bit longer. I'm not doing any sort of fancy thing here. I'm just giving myself a little bit of shape. And then I'm going to grab my nude pencil and I'm going to tightline the bottom. This just means you're going to kind of, you're going to go into your eyeball and you're going to really carefully just grab that kind of red part of your eye and line it with this fabulous nude pencil. So I'm just taking like a dark coppery brown eyeshadow and using a teeny tiny eyeliner brush, and I'm gonna go over the where I just lined my lashes just to kind of smudge it and make it a little bit softer. This is actually, it's an extra step, but it's actually kind of time saving because you wind up not having to be so careful with your eyeliner, and I just kind of throw it on. And then I'm also going to do the bottom. I'm not going to go into that nude pencil. I'm just going to keep it really tight and really light. So you can kind of barely see the difference. It's really, really light. And I'm going to do that on the other eye. I have been using this $4 Maybelline mascara since I was in junior high. It's just my go-to. I don't do much with my eyelashes, honestly. I just kind of, you know, do the dab, 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 wiggle, 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 and really work in there to keep them from clumping. I kind of go straight up and then usually take it a little bit out. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Oh my god. Sounds like a kid song. It's gonna be stuck in your head all day. You're welcome for creating the most annoying children's song of all time. And now to the lips. I actually prime my lips with a vitamin E oil. I just put it straight on, and I do this first thing in the morning. It really helps, especially if I've been like running a lot outdoors or cycling, or just dealing with kind of the crazy weather here that changes all the time. And I do that, let it soak in before I apply my lip color. Today I'm just going to use a really simple, natural, slightly tinted gloss. I'm just going to pop it on. And that, my dears, is it. There you go. The transformative power of makeup. Turning even the sickliest creature into something semi-human. I'm really looking forward to getting back to my normal routine, my projects, getting out of bed, doing things again. I hope you enjoyed this and had fun watching it. I had fun making it. It's my first video, so I'm still learning. Teach me. If you have any feedback, let me know. Otherwise, I will look forward to seeing you again and stay updated for what I am getting up to with my one good arm. See you soon. Bye. That was a lot of work. I have, on several occasions, overdone it on the bronzer, and it looks crazy! I'm basically like a cheetah. Can we move on now? What's going on kind of between your eye and your, what is this? What is this? My eyebrow?